Hello Soloists, Agent Solo Matt Rice here to show off another game that I've collected in my collection lately, and that is this big box right here. Oof. Cloudspire. Created by Chip Theory Games, Carlson Brothers and Josh Wilders. Plays 1 through to 4. So it's based off like a MOBA style game. Some of you might be thinking, oh, that's multiplayer, but yes, you can play solo. There's plenty of solo scenarios in this game. Plays about 2 to 3 hours solo, I believe. And I'm about to run through some. I've only just started playing it. So hopefully not only is this a nice little run through for you to see the game, but perhaps those that are more experienced can chime in with tactics or little FAQs that I've missed while playing this game. But I hope you enjoy. So Solace, let's roll. Hello Soloists, welcome to another episode of Agent Solo, running through Cloudspire for you. And I'm playing this solo. I'm going to play the solo scenario, just to show you Cloudspire, the rulebook. What you will need, besides the rulebook, is also this book, Cloudspire Solo Scenarios. And I flipped through to chapter 1 for the Brawnen. And on this page here, you'll see the setup map that I'll need. In the background here, I've set up the map. I've got the Brawnen Fortress, I've got the Heirs Fortress. That's the two different races that will go against each other here. And you'll see that this game is a tower defense type game. It can be played solo, 2-player, 3-player, 4-player. I've bought it for solo only, because the Carlsons have beautifully created a game that has plenty of scenarios. I believe there's 4 per race, and there's 4 races plus a 5th race if you get the expansion, which I have. I've yet to touch it. I'm still learning this game, so this run through is a bit of a tutorial for myself to make sure I get things right. And of course, if I make any mistakes, just make sure you comment on the YouTube page. I'm learning this game as well. This is like a tutorial run through. So if you see anything wrong, please comment, and then we can both get ourselves up to speed with this game. I really like it so far. I've given it 2 goes through, and I think I've got an idea how this runs. But if there's anything I've obviously missed out here, please let me know. Alrighty. So the setup, I've got the setup for scenario 1 as described on this page. Okay. I've set the health dials to 10 for both, the source to 0. Source is used to spend for buildings, to build up your fortress. There's also another resource called CP, which you use to put out your units. And speaking of units, here's the tray of units for the Brawnen. And I'm about to put this guy out because this is part of the scenario setup. Let's see if we can. Part of the setup, I'm going to put Cram out there. You'll see a few things on it. So there's a red part of it, which is health. Yellow is the attack he does, so 2 attack. Green is the movement, which is 2 movement. Okay. And over here, if he's defeated, the other team gets 4 source, but that's more for multiplayer. In this scenario, which I'm about to explain to you, Cram is not allowed to die. If he dies, it's a lost condition. And I'm about to run through all those conditions in a moment. It also says down at the bottom that he's armoured. Now, armoured means that he can take a hit before he loses any health. So 1 damage is first carried through the armour. Any other damage is then taken out of his health from his 5 health. Okay. So, part of setup. So, we've got these points here, A, B, C, D, E. I need to put certain things at those points. A high-rise spire and has this weird code of ARR. What does that mean? Well, that means A stands for attack, R stands for the range, F stands for fortify. Attack adds another attack die to this spire. So if it has 1 attack, it has 1 attack die. Range, that means there's 2 range plus the automatic adjacent range that every tower has. So essentially this can go 3 hexes across. So if it was located here, it'd be able to go 1, 2, 3 and shoot across here. F for fortify means it takes 2 hits to remove a chip. when you attack these spies, you remove a chip underneath. So basically the attack, all the upgrades, like the attack ranges and fortifiers, they're like its health as well. So as you're knocking down the spire, it gets worse and worse. And vice versa, as you upgrade the spire, it gets better and better in terms of attack, range, fortification. So let's go through this. There's one thing that I need to do first though, is roll a d6. And if I get a 1 to 2, spies are as shown on the map. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. If I get a 3 to 4, I switch A and B. If I get a 5 to 6, I switch B and D. Okay, let's roll. So this game comes with a little die. And it's a 4. Okay, 4 tells me that I need to swap, 4 tells me that I need to swap A and B spire placement. Okay, so A, which was going to be the attack range, is now going to be attack, range, F. How does this part work? Well, you grab that. So A is now B. So this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do A first, which is now where the B position is. So A is a high-rise spire. So out of the heirs deck here, there's 2 different types of basic spires. So I'm going to get the high-rise spire. And I'm going to put attack, range in that order. So attack is the highest one. It had ARR. So I'll grab an attack chip, put it underneath, and then 2 range chips. If you ever run out of chips in this game, that's it in terms of attack, range, and fortify chips. You can't add any more, as far as I believe, but I don't think we're going to run out here. It is located at position B. It's down here. Next part setup, we've got to put that minaret spire. It's got a massive amount on it. It's got 2 attacks, 2 range, and 4 fortify. So I grab the minaret spire of the heirs deck. So I feel like this. Struggling to focus on these chips, isn't it? There we go. Kind of. Minaret. So it's got attack, 2 range, 4 fortify. Fortifiers are the yellow ones I haven't shown you. Range is green, attack is orange. It's going to locate down here. Next, I've got the high-rise spire, which just has an attack and fortification at C. Okay. High-rise spire, attack, fortification, located over here. Regal lookout spires next, D. I've got attack, range. Regal, now you'll find Regal on the back of the high rise. Slightly different stats. Attack, range. Okay, the D. You notice on the Regal lookout that has this thing called 1 Elfin. So we're going to put an Elfin on that. I'm just going to put that on now. At the start of the round he gets put on each time, a new Elfin Kaze. So I'm going to put that on. Kaze's a unit, just put it over the top. Cram the Mighty is at E. So cram E right next to the base. Cram the Mighty on his normal side. Cram's out of my gear. He has 5 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's right there. And then lastly, in terms of the special setup, F for dub asterisk. That means it's on his upgraded side, the side with the star on it. And you see on his chip. So dub is the bad guy, well in this case bad guy. So if we zoom in that, oh, too far away. So there's dub. He's got flying. That means he can't be hit by certain things. You need air defense to hit him, or through retaliations, I believe, can hit him. I think that rule is about to be changed. I think I've seen some facts about flying can no longer be hit by air defense. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm going to play that air defense can attack him. Upgraded side is the other side with the star on it. And he is located, I'm going to start him in the fortress, just sitting over there. He comes out in a later wave. Next with setup, you'll see that I've still got these 2 points here with blue dots on them. They're called source wells. You can build spires on source wells. There's another one over here. There's 3 here that don't have anything on them. If this source well's empty, we place a swamp one, which I've already got out. Swamp has this picture on the back. Whoa. Swamp has this picture on the back. You place 2 of these randomly grab, and you put one here next to your base, closest to the 2 bases. Now, I'm not sure about the scenario whether the swamp goes here or whether it is one of the other random chips I've got set up down here. I'm just going to assume that swamp goes there because it's the closest one to their base. I'm not sure. It's another thing I need to double check. This one here is random from the rest except for the ancient Traxar, which comes out. So the ancient Traxar has a special back on it. Looks like that. Oops, sorry. Looks roughly like that. Take him out of the game. And I'm going to put a random one. I've already randomized this. Randomized goes. In the moment, they all go face down. So I'm not sure. We know that these 2 are swamps. This is a different type of one. Let me see how we go. So how these scenarios work. So over the page from the map, you'll see the objectives. So I've got 3 objectives here, down the cross here. All minaret spies are defeated at the end of wave 4. So there's 4 waves in this game. If I defeat all their minarets, I get what's called a renown, and I carry that over to the next part of the campaign. All air spies are defeated, get another one. Defeat the fortress gate, get another one. If you defeat the fortress gate at any point, the whole scenario finishes straight away. So win, I've got to complete at least one of those objectives. The loss condition is if I lose my gate defeated. So I've got 10 health on my gate. If they come through, defeat my gate down to 0, it's all over. Or if I lose my hero, Cram the Mighty, that's the end of the game as well. Specific rules. Cram is the only hero I can deploy. So in amongst the heirs, there's 2 other heroes that you can use, but they cannot be deployed in this scenario. Got plenty of other minions, got plenty of other spies that I can use. AI notes. So Darb remains in the air fortress and is considered out of play until he's deployed in wave 3. So you can't attack him basically, or can't aim at him. When he does come out, Darb, his mark. Mark means what they aim for. Now, I'm assuming in this game, I can't quite find it exactly in the rules, but assuming in this game that all minions will follow the path as they come out, and will try and aim at the fortress first and most of all. If along the way, as they stop, if they can hit certain things and defeat things, they'll do that, but their main mark is the fortress. While when Darb gets deployed, their hero, he will aim straight at Cram, because his mark is Cram. And it has a bit of order of command there too, so it's the Cram, then the opposing fortress gate, if Cram can't be available. So Cram can be in my fortress gate, I can put him in the gate to heal. So then the second mark would be the fortress gate for Darb. Attacking Cram, so opposing fortress gate if you can, opposing spy, etc. So there's like a hierarchy of that. Leveling, if you level Darb, he'll aim at attack upgrades. So heroes level up as they kill things. So as he levels up, he'll choose the attack upgrade. Okay. Now, underneath is some extra talents that you should be aware of. Now, after I show you this, I'll show you other things you'll need for this game, which includes a few extra reference sheets that will explain more the key words in this game. This one here, the Elfin or number of Elfin, which was shown on one of the spires. Place an Elfin Kazi on its glide bomb side, or spire at start of onslaught phase, or when it becomes active. Okay, so it should be on its glide bomb side, which I do have it on its glide bomb side at the moment, down the bottom here. And last one, Roost Roam. Air defense. If this spire has multiple possible targets, the same priority level, it will target a unit with flying if possible. Okay, so when you play this game, these are things that we will reference. I won't go through it all now because it might be a bit confusing. At the start of each round this game, you roll an event die. Based on the following results, this is what would happen. So for example, if I roll a 1 or 2, I add an attack upgrade to Darb, even if not yet in play. Okay, so he can get upgrades when he's just sitting in the fortress down here. Okay, and on the back is explanation of how the 4 waves work. So it reads from left to right, top to bottom, and that's what I'll do in the next video, I think. Now, what else would you need to set up before I stop this video? You will need to set up some mercenary chips. Now, in here, I've mixed in some of the expansion from this Portal Seekers in here. So if you don't see this in your core, if you only got core game, you don't see some of these, that's probably where it's come from. You set up 3 to start with. Okay. So, mercenaries. Come on, zoom out. So mercenaries can be heroes, and I'm only allowed to deploy one here in this game, so I can't use this Barrybrand. Okay. Mercenaries also come in minion form. I could use this guy, Convict. And this one here is, I think it's called a relic or an artifact. I can put underneath a hero. So I can purchase it and the hero can have these. They've all got keywords, which I'll reference later if I want to buy them. You always set up 3, not the same 3 here, you just set up 3 random ones. You'll also need your Earthscapes, which is these 3 hex groups. I've randomized these and revealed one on the top. These cost 2 source at the start. Okay. These mercenaries or merc chips have the cost on them. You'll also need, which is very handy, in my first couple of games I've referenced these a million times, you will need the general Cloudspire reference sheet. Explains a lot of keywords on there, lots and lots of keywords. You will need your Brawnen sheet, so you know how to advance. All these show the advancements of your fortress, how much it costs, what they do, and on the back is some more keywords for your specific heroes and minions. And of course, you need the bad guys. In this scenario, the bad guys. You need the heirs information sheet. Same kind of thing with the Brawnen, but I've been more referencing their key words and comparing it to the scenario keywords as well. That is most likely what you would need. I've got a few extra pegs here as well. These are for the limited builds, which you'll find out later in the game. And a couple of dice that I roll for the spies. Heirs chips, Brawnen's chips, spare attack chips, and fortress chips. I've got to the left and health chips up the top. I think I'm ready to play. Alrighty, please join me guys in the next episode as I go through Wave 1. Excited. Let's do this.